Coach, your assessment on tonight's performance.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure everyone would think that I'm going to come in here and be ultra frustrated and disappointed. When I've had time to just evaluate a little deeper, I'm sure there'll be some things that I can pick out of this that we can certainly work on and move forward with. But I honestly felt that our game plan, our attitude, the way that we possess the ball, you know, I've seen the stats. We come to this place, which is a tough arena. You know, I think it ended up being 57 or 58% of possession. I think we've made more than 200 passes, more than them throughout the game. We've had 15 efforts at goal. I think the only thing that I would be critical of the players about are twofold. The first one is that out of those 15 shots, we only hit the target twice. And of course, the mistake that was made for the first goal. But up until that point, I honestly felt that we were in a terrific spot. We'd, you know, controlled a lot of the game. And I felt very, very comfortable and confident about where the team was at.
Thank you, Coach. We will go on with questions now from media. We will begin with a question from Tim Sullivan from For Club and Country. Tim?
Gary, you mentioned that you had the two mistakes there. Talk us through each of them, I guess, starting with the turnover that led to Santos's goal. And then obviously in stoppage time, Zardas's was kind of a moment of brilliance, but each of kind of the situations that led to both of those goals.
Yeah, the first goal was the most vital one, Tim. You know, at that point in the game, both teams are looking and waiting for a breakthrough. They've had 9 efforts, 2 on target, and they've scored twice. So what we can say is that they've been far more clinical in those moments. The clarity of that opportunity, I mean, there was still a little bit to do, and it's a wonderful finish by Santos. Take nothing away from him there. But I think we all know that, you know, in 99% of occasions, Walker finds a pass forward. He drops it into a nice area. He doesn't get caught on the ball, and the opportunity, you know, just moves on. And it's something that, you know, he's obviously very, very disappointed about. And so's the group, given how well we acquitted ourselves. You know, there was some terrific displays. I thought the team unit itself, in all aspects, with and without the ball, was spot on. There was a lot of work that went into this in limiting such a talented side away from home. And, you know, I was very, very pleased. As I said, I just could not see a way that they were going to break the deadlock. The second goal comes purely out of a change of shape. I went 3-5-2 for the last 5-6 minutes. And in all fairness, I think the ball into the box was shallow. They ended up breaking very well. And of course, the finish is terrific again. And, you know, you're talking about a centre forward who's at the top of his game. And he's, I believe, leading the Golden Boot tally at the moment. So, you know, for a large portion of the game, we'd kept him quiet and 1 or 2 other areas of a very potent attack.
We'll go on with a question from Dre Fields with the Tennessean.
Gary, even throughout the game, but especially in the first half, it seemed like Dominique Badji was a little more dynamic. He was in a different scenario where he was actually playing some of those crosses and kind of setting up other guys. Obviously, late in the game, he even set up Walker Zimmerman for that chance. But even going back to the Alex Murillo chance as well, was there a different sort of assignment for him tactically tonight, or was he just able to get into natural chance-creating positions? It just seemed like he was a little bit more involved and a little more dynamic in his creation.
I think you're starting to see a better connection and understanding of players, the person on the ball, Dominic's movement, where he likes to work into, how he can be effective. We had looked at trying to take advantage of their left-hand side of the field, and there were 2 or 3 moments for Dominic in that position. And even late on, as you said, you know, he did ever so well. We broke quite excitingly, and he's desperately trying to work it onto his left foot. He finds a good angle, and you know, the only criticism I have of him or any of the guys that get into those areas is they're just not making the goalkeeper work hard enough. You know, there were 3 or 4 moments late on where, you know, we should be making the goalkeeper work and asking more questions of second phase, balls that rebound. We've got bodies high up the field, and we're just not doing that. And, you know, that's disappointing. But, you know, I really want to be, you know, reinforce some of the positive things about this performance. I know we've got beat 2-0, and it'll be rare that I sit in front of you guys and say that, you know, I'm happy when I get beat. I'm not happy, but I'm very, very pleased at how we've acquitted ourselves, at some of the qualities that have come out of the game, and the way that we've conducted ourselves here. You know, this side are on a fantastic run, and you know, I really have to keep re-emphasising this. But for a real dramatic error, I'm not sure whether they'd have got what they wanted out of this game. And the only disappointment for me is that we couldn't put them into that position going late on into the second half, and maybe asking some questions of them. You know, they didn't press anywhere near as aggressively as I felt they would. I think they sat off, hoping that we wouldn't get in behind them. They kept a really nice tight block, which gave us some good possession, but it also made it a very pragmatic game. And, you know, I think they maybe found themselves that there wasn't an awful lot to get out of our unit and good defending.
A question now from Ben Wright with Broadway Sportsway. Sorry.
Yeah, Gary, before the season, we heard Mike Jacobs talk about how a goal for him in the season was if you saw Nashville playing against X team in MLS, you couldn't tell who was the expansion side and who had been in MLS for longer. Obviously, Columbus are one of the better sides in the league, but what does it do for confidence going into this next week with 2 matches, just really going toe-to-toe with the best side in the league?
I think it's a really good point, Ben. And the one that Mike made is a very good analogy. You know, there are always going to be games like these for, you know, every team, let alone expansion teams. And I think the fact that we, have come here and given a tremendous account of ourselves, not just hung in this game for long periods. We've actually dictated this game. You know, we've been the aggressor in this game. We've created the moments and got ourselves into good positions and really forced the issue here against a team that are in fantastic form. They're not one of the better teams. They are the informed team at the moment. And to come away from home and to put on the type of display that we have, albeit that we've gotten beat, and I understand that is the most important stat. It always will be. And, you know, when their manager comes in and he discusses whatever he will, it is the most important thing. But for a team like us that are developing, that are constantly trying to move forward, that are always trying to reinforce some of the qualities of our game, I think tonight embodies an awful lot of that. We've shown a wonderful attitude away from home. We've been terrific with the ball. There's been some, you know, excellent displays. And as I said, you know, we can really feel frustrated that we haven't made more out of this and come away with something.
We have another question, a follow-up question from Tim Sullivan.
Gary, this was Alan Wynn's first start of the year. How did you think he played? And then secondly, he was the only player to not take a knee during the national anthem. I know it's something that has been a little bit of a controversy, but do you have any kind of take on how that, I guess, reflects upon maybe his lack of playing time so far this year?
No, absolutely not. I mean, first of all, I take the question on his performance. You know, Alan, I felt when he came on last week against Atlanta, put in a terrific shift. And if you think about the guys that are in front of him, you know, there's some very experienced and talented players that have done a really good job for the team. And Alan just unfortunately hasn't had his opportunity to break into the group. We've got a glut of injuries, all in that wide area. You know, I don't have to tell you who those guys are. And Alan gets his opportunity. And I felt for an hour, he was very competitive. I think there's more to come from him, absolutely. As far as not taking a knee, you know, we support our guys and we support, you know, everyone's opinion and the way that they want to express themselves. And what I do know is this, that Alan and the rest of the group are a very, very tight-knit unit. And I have no doubt in my mind there will have been discussions in the locker room. And, you know, Alan's one of the most supportive and, you know, decent individuals that you're likely to meet. So, you know, I wouldn't read into that too much. You know, I would imagine for him, there are one or two reasons for that. And, you know, I would think the national anthem being played is one of them.
Just to clarify as well, Alan's dad is actually a policeman, a chief of police. So that's the reason why he did it. Aníbal, your thoughts on today's game? You can speak. Puedes hablar.
Lo que sea.
Tus pensamientos en el partido.
Oh, okay. Yes, good night for everybody. Okay, it's tough game. Before the game, we know we need, if we want to win this game, we need to give everything, and we give everything. We play well. We demand with the ball. We try to always have the ball, take the ball, try to stay compact also. We move the ball really well, and we create chance. We create chance, but we don't finish the chance. This is football. When you don't finish the chance, and Columbus only have one chance in the second half, they punch it. They punch it, and it's more difficult when you go down in the score. But I feel happy. I feel happy not because we lose, but I feel happy because we make all the team make the big effort for in difficult plays. We know here is difficult place to play, but we make effort. We work really hard, and I feel happy because also we have only 3 days to try to change this game now. Now tomorrow is other day. We try to think about this until tomorrow.
We have a question now from Ray Hills with the Tennessean.
What was the message from Gary about how the team was going to play in midfield? It seemed that Nashville was very dominant and controlled the pace, especially in the first half. What was the message from Gary?
Yes, Nashville don't play. The message for Gary is like we need to stay compact. We need to close the line, the pass from line inside. Nashville is only Columbus is not only about Nashville. Columbus is not only about Nashville. Columbus have a very good player. Arthur is also a good player. And if they break the pressure we put, they have a good winger also. This is why before the game, Gary told we need to stay compact. We need to react quick. But this is why we do it. We do it. This work well. But when I say before, if we don't score the goal, it's so difficult to win.
A question now from Tim Sullivan with for Club and Country.
Aníbal, you mentioned that you are not happy because you lost, but knowing how good Columbus is, do you get some confidence going into the next couple games, knowing that you played them pretty close at their place?
Yeah, of course. We have so confident for the next game we have. It's good because we have 3 days only for try to change. Not this game. Don't change this game because this game we play really well. This is why I go happy to my house because we play really well, but sometimes in the football, you play really well and you don't win, and sometimes you play bad and you win. But this is the way we stay. This is the way we need to stay. Try to build this. Try to think about this game also, because we give everything. This is why the team, we know we have other final, because after here we play all the game is final for us. This is why we have Wednesday, we have other final against DC, and also we have other final against Houston in three days more. This is why it's everything to try to recover quick to play this game against DC.
Another question from Ben, right?
Yeah, Aníbal, you talked about it a little bit there, but with the win against Atlanta last week and then not winning but putting in a good performance tonight, do you feel like the team is starting to build more of an identity and get on the same page with each other?
Yes, good. We have identity now. Like what you say, we improve every game. We improve. If you see the building up for behind is better, and the first game against Dallas, if you see, we always try to have the ball, to have the control for the game, and we control the game the first half. We control the game the first half and also the second half before they score. We control the game. We have so many passes, like 20 passes in one time, and we finish the action. And in really tough place is Columbus, and with the first thing in the league, this is really good for us. This is why we try to improve every day in the training, and this is why if we continue like this, for sure we go to playoff.
We have another question from right field, right?
Aníbal, what was the conversations or the interactions with the starting lineup? Alan Wynn decided to stand for the national anthem. Was there conversations between the team and the starting lineup in the locker room before the game?
None. This is you need to ask this question for Alan. I don't know. This is your decision. He know what happened, but I am not the right man for try to explain this question.
Any other questions? Tim Sullivan.
Aníbal, you had one of your team's best chances late in the first half off of a set piece. It was cleared off the line. What did you see on that set piece? And did you kind of feel like you had found the lead for your team at that point?
For this set piece, is like we always try to put the ball in the right spot. We have a really good target like Walker, Dave, and Baji. But I am try to stay in the second in the box for try to find the second ball. But in this moment, I step first. I learn the action, but I try to finish. They save the ball in the line, but this is why the football, if we don't finish the action, is really tough after when you go down 1-0.
All right. Thank you. That's it for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you on Monday for match day -2 media availability. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.